One more step, just one more step. Natasha is still waiting for me. I can't fall now. After collecting himself, Dustin clenched his teeth. Swaying unsteadily, he forced his battered body to stand upright. He was trembling and weak. He was like a flickering candle that would go out at any moment. Sir, just give up. Let's give up the Shadow Bloom. If you continue like this, you will die. Abigail was anxious as tears started flowing. She could tell that Dustin was already at his limit. Another strike, and he would be dead. Drip, drip, drip. Dustin remained determined. He straightened his body and staggered forward. Blood continued to drip from his mouth and nose, falling to the ground. Dustin, don't push it anymore. Is it worth it for a woman? She won't live either if you die. Azalea screamed. Even she couldn't bear to continue watching. She couldn't understand Dustin. Was there someone in this world more important than their own life? Looking at his unwavering gaze, she was moved. She even felt jealous of Natasha for having a man willing to sacrifice his life for her. Why? Why are you so desperate? Iris frowned. She looked at Dustin, conflicted. Even she admired Dustin's strong willpower. His tearless efforts especially reminded her of her younger self. The Shadow Bloom, I must get the Shadow Bloom, I must save her. Dustin mumbled to himself. He took difficult steps forward, but he was determined. As long as he lived, he would not give up. Right then, Iris fell into a daze. She realized something when faced with Dustin's tenacity. She was reminded of herself from many years ago. Back then, she traveled to the corners of the world. She faced a difficult journey and risked her life, all for the love of her life. But what came of it? She finally found the Shadow Bloom after suffering through all the hardships, only to return and find her lover dead. She was hysterical, feeling pain and desperation. And yet, there was nothing that could bring him back. She owed him an apology, but he would never get to hear it. He could only lay in this icy cold coffin, deep in slumber for eternity. When the world is vast and boundless, only the yearning for love knows no bounds. Silas, you said you would wait for me. But why can't I see you again? Iris shut her eyes. 2 streams of tears rolled down her cheeks. At that moment, she thought she saw a nobleman walking toward her with a smile. He then wrapped her in a tight embrace. Everything was beautiful and serene. It was enchanting. Only when she opened her eyes did the beautiful dream fade away. I know how it feels. Iris sighed softly. She reached into the coffin, took out the Shadow Bloom, and tossed it into Dustin's hands. I'm giving you this flower. Go and save that person. What? The sudden turn of events left Dustin stunned. After he came back to his senses, he bowed repeatedly. Thank you, Madam Iris.